Hey folks, Lou Riley here with episode 5 of Lou Riley Live. Just giving you guys a little different perspective in today's video. Excuse my apparent shortness of breath. Well, it ain't apparent, you can hear it loud and clear. But I'm on my cool down walk from my workout today. Did some upper torso resistance with my resistance training bands, and I did some lower body work, particularly worked up my glutes with the kettlebell. And at some point in some coming videos, I'll take some clips of myself actually doing some of these exercises. It's really a different route from what I've done before, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I came up an athlete, grew up an athlete, played football, and as a football player, you lift traditional weights, bench press, squats, things of that nature. But as time has gone by and technology has increased its wealth of knowledge and tools, there are other things that give you the very same results, but don't have the same, let me lift heavy, let me do all of this stuff so I can lose or gain muscle mass or what have you. It's just a different take on this stuff. And I'll stop here for a second, catch a piece of a good background. But it's just a different deal. And it's stuff that I recommend, especially for someone who never really lifted weights or who has not lifted for a long time. The thing about it is, and I've seen this all the time, somebody who's not experienced go in and they lift the wrong way. The weights are too heavy. They overcompensate by doing it wrong, and in turn risking a chance and sometimes injuring themselves, or not getting the most out of the exercise. And it's a tough thing, relatively tough, for a guy who's played college ball at a Division I AA level. Your muscle memory takes you back to the places where you bench pressed hundreds of pounds and where you squatted a whole bunch. And now it's like, okay, number one, there's no longer need to be at that place of fitness. I've passed that milestone, or that needing place. But do recognize that workout, exercise, fitness is something I'm going to have to do for the rest of my life. And that has been one of the hardest lessons for me to swallow. I'll share this as far as a life lesson. Had a chance to chat with an older gentleman yesterday, and a lot of times when you sit around older folks and you let them know you're sincere but give them your attention, they'll give you a bunch of information. But he said something yesterday that is just so universally true. And it applied to individuals, but I think it also applies to our situations. He said that the problem with most people is that when we got a problem with somebody, we do everything except come directly at that person. We do our best to avoid it or try to work it out in a different way, as opposed to directly addressing it. And that's, to me, is just the same thing with so many things in our lives. When it comes to fitness, when it comes to exercise, we try everything to get around it, everything we can do to get around it. But that doesn't work, especially if you, like me, have done this thing time and time again and have failed time after time after time. I can tell you about, and I've had some successes, trust me. Guys, I'm telling you, I've ran a half marathon. I've ran 5 half marathons. I think my best time, I want to say, was like 3 hours and maybe 12 or 13 minutes. A half marathon, 13.1 miles. And that was a few years ago. And that's all good to say it. And I do accept and appreciate where I was. Because one thing about it is, in this journey here, this part of this journey, having struggled to run a mile made me appreciate where I was when I ran 13.1 of them. And so, guys, a bunch of thoughts going through my head, but I just want to drive home the point that the only way that you're going to lose weight is to address it directly. What's causing you to gain your weight? And you got to decide that. Do you need to change your eating habits? And it doesn't take going cold turkey on things, but you got to modify. You got to improve upon what you're doing. You got to do a better job of it. I know a few people who just leave the gym. They're waving at me. But you got to improve upon that, guys. And that's just it. And once you recognize those areas, you got to commit to it. You know, there's a path that I run before I work out to warm up, and it adds up to about 0.65 miles. And what's crazy is I want to say, what are my times? I think the first time I ran it, it was over 12 minutes. I come back the next week, I hit 11:55. I come back the following week, it's down to like 11:20 something. Last week, 11:55. The week before last, 10:55. Last week, I was down to like 10:04, and today I ran the same distance in 9 minutes and 11 seconds. And you don't see that progress until you put it out here and you execute. And shocking to me, I didn't know it, but I felt it. I got to be honest, I did feel it as far as some weight loss and things this week, but it was good for me, to knock that time down really signifies that what I've been doing has been working. And it's a small gain, but it's a big gain as well, because my lower back wasn't hurting the way it was hurting, which means my abs are getting stronger. The rest of my body is getting stronger. So hey guys, I'll tell you, it didn't take you a day to gain weight and to get out of shape, and I guarantee that in a day you won't get back to where you were, where you want to be. But if you stack up enough of those days over a period of time, I guarantee you're going to get closer to your goal. This is Lou Riley with episode 5 of Lou Riley Live. I've got like a half block more in my cool down walk. Hey guys, if you care to, leave a comment, encourage me, or tell me where you are. I like to hear your story. I write back. It's all good. Lou Riley Live. Take care.
And I won't quit till I'm a star.